As screen printers, it's imperative that we print identically accurate colors for any design that comes through our doors. That way we build shop recognition and print quality. Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to teach you some things to remember when mixing custom ink colors. Now, this is the second part of a 3-part video. If you haven't seen the first one, go ahead and go watch it now. So let's get on to it. So in the first part of this series, we talked a little bit about going lighter or darker. But in my experience, the number one reason why colors don't come out accurate is because they're not either warm enough or cool enough. So let's talk a little bit about that. So if you check out on the screen, we have a little diagram for you, which is a reflection of my ink layout here. We're gonna put a link in the description so that way you can check it out in closer detail after this video. The main colors that I like to use to bring out warmth are yellows and reds, and sometimes greens. And some colors that I like to use to bring out coolness in my mixes are most of the time blues with grays, blacks, and even sometimes whites. So let's start off talking a little bit about the warm colors. So the two colors that I like to use the most to get warmth in my mixes are reds and yellows. For an example is orange. As we add red into yellow, you're gonna start to get the orange hue. The more red you add into it, the more orange it's gonna be. And then, the less red you add into it, the less orange it's gonna be. But the color at the end is an orange, which is reflective of the sun, which is kind of ironic because that's just adding warmth to it. We have a base green here. So if you have a customer come in with a design that needs just to be not really a stock green, but just a little bit of like a warmer green, try adding a little bit of yellow in that. Let's talk a little bit about cooler colors. The main color that I like to implement in my mixes when I'm trying to get a little bit cooler are blues. However, grays, blacks, and even whites can sometimes play a good part in this too. That would just be for a case-on-case basis in which I encourage you experiment with. But for now, we're gonna start off with blues. So here with the green, I have a darker green. And with this one, in order to achieve this more of like a pine color is where we added blue to get the cooler effect. And so as you can see here, you have more of a warmer, more vibrant, more summery kind of type, in the day. And then you have a cooler, which is something more representative of like winter or, Christmas time or something like that. So here we have a more of like a navy blue. And for this one, we added a little bit of black. And so that's just gonna make it have more of like a colder feel. We also did put a little bit of red in here. Ironically, I know red is more for warmer, but for the red, as a quick tip, it's gonna give you more of this purplish tint. And so the client wanted more of like a violet, and so we added red to get a little bit more of that violet. Lastly is this kind of berry magenta color. So what we did with this one was we started off with red and we added a little bit of blue. So remember, it's not always about going lighter or darker, but also cooler or warmer. So next time you're trying to mix an ink color and you're having a little bit of a difficult time finding that sweet spot, I encourage you, remember what I said, try some of these techniques and let us know in the comment section if this was helpful for you. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our third video of the series.